Welcome back to Keen Plays. I want to start off by thanking everyone who subscribed to my channel. I just got over 500 subscribers, which is just crazy. Never thought that I'd get so many when I first started this channel. So thank you so much for subscribing and watching my videos. It is truly amazing. And because of that, I wanted to do a little bit of a special video. The last time I did a video like this was when I did my 100th video, and I did my top 10 board games according to Board Game Geek. This time I'm going to do my bottom 10, and we'll see if I agree with them or not. I'll kind of give you my thoughts on them. So let's get into it. The first game up is Pass the Pigs. This game came out in 1977 and is currently ranked 28,666th overall on Board Game Geek. And it has a geek rating of 5.436 out of 10. Now this game, I do kind of agree with Board Game Geek. You know, there's nothing really to it. You roll some pigs, and depending on how they land, you get points. So yeah, very simple game. Kind of like a Yahtzee-esque type of game, but with pigs. And I don't mind it. I did play it a little bit. Kind of a risk-it-all game. You can, keep trying to roll, but any time that your pigs touch, then you go back to 0 points. Or if they both go like this, you pig out, you lose your points. You can keep rolling and trying to get different combos to get more and more points. It's a very simple game. Compared to a lot of games that are ranked above this, I definitely don't think it's that bad. It's kind of stupid, I agree, but it's kind of fun. I don't know. You're rolling these little pigs. They're very cute, and I could think of worse games than this. So I don't necessarily agree with the ranking of it or the rating out of 10. But is it a great game? Is it that good of a game? No, not really. So I do agree in that aspect. But that is Pass the Pigs. And on to the next game, we have Tri-Ominoes. And this game came out in 1965 and is currently ranked 28,747th overall and has a geek rating of 5.425 out of 10. Now this game in particular, I just got a while ago. It was actually from my parents because I did used to play this game when I was a kid. And I haven't played it in probably 20 years, honestly. but I have it now. It's on my shelf, so technically it is one of my bottom 10 games. Do I think it's that bad? Well, I haven't played it in a long time, like I mentioned. But from what I can remember, it's basically dominoes, except for you're trying to match up, two different numbers to a side. Or if you can, if there's a domino there, then you would try and match up 4 different numbers. From what I remember, it's a decent game, honestly. And again, compared to some of the other games that are above this, I really don't think it's that bad. I also can't really remember playing it all that much, and I haven't played it in a long time. So I could definitely see it being this low ranked just because I haven't played it in forever. So there you go. That is Tri-Ominoes. And the next game that we have up is Killer Bunnies and the Quest for the Magic Carrot. And this game came out in 2002 and is currently ranked 28,877th overall and has a geek rating of 5.392. Now this game in particular, I really haven't played all that much. I got it not too long ago, picked it up from Value Village, and it's kind of a take that type of game. You're trying to keep bunnies in front of you, kill everyone else's bunnies. But again, I really haven't played it all that much. I only have this blue starter deck, and I guess this pink one here. Haven't really played it all that much. Don't have really any expansions for it, so I don't know how good or how bad it could really be. Again, I think that there's probably worse games that are ranked higher than this, but I don't know too much because I really haven't played this game all that much. I think it probably gets a bad rating for the take that aspect of the gameplay. But regardless, that is my 7th worst game. And on to the next one. We have Shit Happens. This is the newest game on the list. It came out in 2016 and is currently ranked 28,883rd overall and has a Geek rating of 5.389 out of 10. This game I have played a little bit, and I honestly thought that it was pretty enjoyable. It's just a party game where you're trying to rank how bad something is. So here we go. We got fall asleep on beach, get third-degree sunburn, and you got to figure out how bad it is compared to these other ones in front of you. Like seeing your father naked, or your phone falls into the toilet, or you wet the bed every night. So you have to figure out how bad it is. It's really quite a simple game. I don't know why it's hated so bad. I don't think it's that bad. Like, when I played it, it was pretty fun. I will say some of the things seem to be rated kind of weird. Other than that, I think it's just a stupid party game, and I don't know, I wouldn't knock it that much. So this one I definitely don't agree with, but it's not like the greatest game ever either. So anyways, there we go. That is Shit Happens. And next on the list is Uno, an absolutely classic card game. Came out in 1971, currently ranked 28,954th overall, and has a Geek rating of 5.346 out of 10. This game I've played a ton of, especially as a kid, not so much recently because in my eyes it's just like a kid's card game. So that's why I don't really understand why it has so much hate, because it's a kid's card game. It's a family card game. Came out like over 50 years ago. So in my mind, I don't know, I wouldn't rate it that bad because kids games should be ranked differently in my eyes. And this is definitely, to me, a kid's game. So yeah, I definitely don't agree with this Board Game Geek ranking. But yeah, it's not like a great game or anything like that. It's a kid's game. That's what I think anyways. Anyway. On to the bottom 5. We've got in 5th, In a Pickle. And this game came out in 2004 and has a current ranking of 29,048th overall with a 5.132 out of 10 Geek rating. Now this game, I will agree, it is super dumb and not a good game. Even though it's got the Dr. Toy 10 Best Games winner. Yeah, it's dumb. I have played this one a little bit when I first got it, and it is stupid. You're just trying to match up words, a baby in a bathtub in a house in Hollywood, and you're just trying to get rid of your cards by putting them on the next one. You could go in Earth in a book, because technically you can fit anything in a book, and it's just stupid things like that. You're just trying to get rid of your hand by playing on multiple, piles like this that they add up. Juice in a pickle in a supermarket in a parking lot, and that's it. It's a very simple, stupid game. I kind of agree with their ranking here. I think I was actually going to get rid of this game, and I just noticed that I still have it, so whatever, it's a part of my bottom 10. But yeah, I think I agree with this one. It is a stupid game. Yeah, anyways, that is In a Pickle. And in the 4th spot, we've got another classic here. This is Payday, another game that I played tons of when I was a kid. This came out in 1974 and has a current ranking of 29,054th overall and has a 5.086 out of 10 Geek rating on Board Game Geek. This one I think is just down here because it's a classic, at least in my mind. Like, I played so much of this when I was a kid, and again, it's one of those things where I would consider this a family game, a kid's game. I don't think it should be ranked as badly as it is. This one is also kind of a cool, different board to it than like the original one. It's got the 2 languages. You got English on one side of the board, French on the other. I thought it was kind of neat. I don't think it should be ranked as badly as it is, but again, it's one of those games where, I never play it nowadays because it is just a simple family game. And yeah, it's really not that fun to play, so I kind of get it in a sense. But anyways, that is Payday in the 4th spot. And in the 3rd, we've got Connect 4. This game also came out in 1974 and is ranked 29,064th overall and has a Geek rating of 5.033 out of 10. This ranking I do not agree with at all. I actually just picked this game up from Value Village because again it's one of my childhood favorites. Very simple game, but honestly I don't really know why this one has so much hate. Sure, it's kind of boring, and I don't know, I guess there's probably a known strategy to win every time or whatever, but the games are so quick that I don't really get the hate on this one. I personally really like playing Connect 4 and got it to play with my kids, and they really like it too, so I don't know. But I think it might just be another case of, everyone's played this, they're done with it, and rank it low. But moving on, we've got a top 2 situation here now. At our 2nd spot for the worst game, according to Board Game Geek, is Sorry. This game, I believe, is the oldest on the list, coming out in 1929, and has a current ranking of 29,082nd overall, with a Geek rating of 4.7 out of 10. I do understand the ranking just because, you shuffle up the cards and then the game is kind of set in place. You do have a little bit of choices with which pawn you're going to move, but for the most part, you flip a card and the game is played out because of the shuffle. So I do understand it, but it's a classic. It came out in freaking 1929. That's crazy. But yeah, 2nd worst game I own. Sorry. Now we've got 1 game left, but before I show you what it is, I want to give some honorable mentions, because this game could have been in the number 2 spot, but I really don't think it should be. The game would be Mousetrap, but the ones that they have on Board Game Geek are the older versions of it. This is the new version. I think it came out in 2016, and it's got a little bit of a better gameplay. Instead of just getting, through the board, building the mousetrap, and then going around in a circle until there's one mouse standing, this time you're just trying to get a wheel of cheese. And if you happen to get in the mousetrap, then you just have to give up one of your slices of cheese. And you can also steal from other people, and it's got a little bit of a different gameplay. But this game, this version of it, I couldn't find on Board Game Geek. They just had the 1963 and the 2004 versions, which are very similar, where you just get to the end and then last mouse standing wins. This is definitely a bit of a different gameplay, and they don't have it on there, so I'm not going to include it. But it does get an honorable mention for being a bad game, I guess. I don't know, my kids really like it. They mostly just like building the trap and watching it do its thing, but yeah, I guess it gets an honorable mention. And there's a few other games that I'll just mention that, technically I would own, but I'm not going to have them on the list because I think anybody could technically own them. You have in the very last spot, the worst game ranked on Board Game Geek is Tic-Tac-Toe, which I wouldn't even really classify as a board game per se. You can just write it on a piece of paper and you're good to go. So yeah, technically I guess I would own that, but I'm not counting that. Same with War or Go Fish. I think those are just, variations of card games that you can play with a deck of cards. So not counting those either. But that aside, let's get on to my official worst board game of all time, according to Board Game Geek. And I'm pretty sure you guys probably already know what it is because it has been shit on for a very long time. It is, of course, Monopoly. This is my worst game of all time, according to Board Game Geek. This game came out in 1935 and has a current ranking of 29,091st overall, with a Geek rating of 4.291 out of 10. And this is definitely the case of, being overplayed, being overpopular, because I really don't think it's that bad of a game. I'd say that it's better than a lot of games in this list already. But I do get it, everyone's played this game to death. You just, roll and move around the board buying properties, and the game takes way too long, and many a table have been flipped over this game, punches thrown, families broken. I get it, it's a bad game. But I definitely disagree with the ranking. I don't think it's that bad. Occasionally, I do have some nostalgia about this game, and I will bring it out and play it. Never really finish a game, obviously, because it takes forever. But yeah, I definitely disagree with the ranking. To be honest, I kind of disagree with a lot of the rankings because, I own these games for a reason. I like playing them. Some of them, I haven't played for a really long time. I will say out of all the games, I'd probably get rid of In a Pickle before any of the other ones, just because I really don't feel the need to ever play this game again. A lot of these other ones, I'd play for nostalgia or play with my kids. This one I don't know, man. It's just boring. It's stupid and boring. And yeah, that's what I would put on the bottom out of all of these, I think. And I'd probably have Connect 4 at the top, because honestly, I really like playing this game. I think it's pretty sweet. And if I was to have a whole bunch of people, I'd probably play Shit Happens. And if I was playing with my kids, I'd bring out Sorry, or I'd pass the pigs around, or I'd play Uno, something like that. Like, I think a lot of these games are mostly just like family games, and they're old and they've been played to death, and that's kind of why they're on the bottom of the ranking on Board Game Geek. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you own any of these horrible, crappy games? Do you agree with these rankings? Do you disagree with them? Yeah, just let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. Hopefully you guys like this video. If you did, please feel free to like the video and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Hopefully we can keep growing. And thank you guys so much for watching. Again, thank you for 500 subscribers. You guys are the best. See you in the next one.